Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight from the bottom of my heart. Please help me bring to the stage Target Practice Live! Oh my God, we are live, Target Practice Live! Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Emily Hickner. Give it up for Emily Hickner. She mistook Travis for a different black dude earlier behind the stage, so she's got a lot to come through. This is bad. And Travis and I, as interracial couples, generally have to go through. We did leave radio. We're now podcasting.
Yes.
We're coming out as poor to our parents.
Yes.
We're so excited. This is so exciting. Guys, this is Flyover Comedy Festival.
This is good.
Give it up for us.
This is good. You
Kinda
are
quiet. This is like
Chris Denman.
I'm Chris Denman. This is Travis Terrell. We've got some cool stuff to talk about. Are you high?
No. I am just high on your enthusiasm
Look
tonight.
at this!
Here
No, seriously.
at Target Practice Live.
This is good. This is the Allegiant flights of Flyover Festival. This crowd, this show. This is like, all right, we'll get there. We'll
get
have
up
a
to
good time
Iowa,
on it.
Southern Indiana.
Yeah,
That'll
I think
be
so.
about it.
We're heading out to Destin right after this, so we'll make that happen. Guys, if you guys, you're here, if you've seen it before, if you haven't, this is going to be a really good time. We've got so many talented performers. This is a roast show.
Yep.
We have some great judges that we're going to introduce. This is very simple. You guys can win some free beer. You guys can get a chance to roast us. You paying attention?
And you can be as racist as you want.
Please do.
Do it. Get it out. No,
The
election
N-word
season
makes-
coming up. Get it out your system now. Get a little warm up. That's all right.
N-word makes things 30% funnier.
There's
Do
no
not
doubt about it.
forget that.
Yes.
Don't forget that.
Just put your employer on there as well. Get it to my black Twitter
Your
representatives.
Stormfront handle name.
Very, very quickly.
I'm going to hand out some cards. You guys can roast us. In the style of Travis looks like and Chris looks like. All you got to do is write it down. We'll give away a free prize. It'll be a good time. Travis, this is a roast competition. There are rules. There are judges. So I want to bring up some judges. Is that all right with you?
All right, let's bring them on out. Who do we have?
These are esteemed folks from right here in the St. Louis area. Your first judge writes for the Riverfront Times. You guys ever heard of that? Give it up for the Riverfront Times. His name is Daniel Hill.
Make some noise. Where's old Daniel?
Come on up. Side stage, Daniel. Come on up. We're going to have Daniel sit back here. He can say hello to everybody. This guy recently, for an article, did an all-you-can-drink bar and then wrote about it, man. Good to see you. Grab a mic. Say hello real quick. Daniel, what compelled you to drink every drink in the bar on Cherokee that I guess has gotten some notice in the New York Times now, too?
Alcoholism.
That's hilarious.
Addiction.
I don't know. It was a colleague's idea, and it spiraled. It got away from me. I don't really know what to say.
The photo we shared on Facebook is him in a hot dog suit hammered outside the bar. I just want to commit it. Give it up for Daniel Hill. He's our first judge.
Thanks. Thank you.
And real quick, Travis, the judges tonight are going to judge the performers on crowd participation, so you guys need to be loud for people you enjoy. Indeed. And then was it funny? It's that simple. That's how we're going to do it. They pick the winner. Winner gets $200 cash, so this is exciting tonight. Your next judge, Travis.
Who do we have?
He's from University City, Missouri.
Oh, my.
He writes for Yard Barker. He's from straight out of Low Cash in the scenario. His name is Matt Whitener. Give it up. He used to be one of 3 black dudes at an AM radio station. Good for Matt Whitener. Come on up here, Matt Whitener. Where are you? Look at this. Guys, keep it going.
Yes.
Matt's pumped to be here. It's not
Yes,
a...
yeah.
man. Come on up. Sit down.
That's
Let's
what he
see
gets
what you
from
got.
being from
Look
U
at
City.
this. Oh, man. Matching shoes and coat. He's looking good tonight.
Well, how the hell do I follow that story? That's out in a hot dog suit, and I'm just hearing this. I look like a hot dog. Well, thank you.
Matt did
I'm keeping the black radio quota down.
Yes.
Matt did a radio show with Cam Jansen, former enforcer for the St. Louis Blues. Did you pick anything up from Cam working with him for so long?
Oh, just all the things not to do.
Okay, that makes sense. Your final judge is a hip-hop legend in these parts. He just headlined Grove Fest. His name is Scrub. Give it up for Scrub, everybody. Did we lose him? Scrub's here, baby.
Dressed
Look
for
at
the
it.
part.
Oh, my gosh. So fancy. Guys, again, you're going to be judging people. If you want to have a seat next to Matt Whitener on crowd participation, and then was it funny? Let's get into it. Scrub, how are you, man?
I'm great.
You good?
Yep, I'm here to drink.
There you go.
This He came to drink with the legend Daniel Hill. All right, guys, before we get too far into it, you've got some great performers tonight. We've got rules, Travis.
We do have rules. Now, first and foremost, Chris, what is target practice? You're probably wondering. What is target practice?
Hey, how's it work?
Target practice, if you are
Let's see if he knows. This is actually be pretty good.
Target practice is when you're a white teenager and a woman rejects you.
Nice.
No?
That's good. That's
No?
good. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Look, the Joker was great in the box office. I thought I could do that joke.
I related so much.
I thought the timing would have been right. All right.
So the first round, you've got comics. We've got comics from out of town, from here in
Right.
St. Louis. We've got 3 segments. It's very simple. It's very fun. We've got 3 segments: trending, Yo Mama,
Right.
and pot roast.
And pot
Trending, we've got some popular topics from the last year that they're going to roast. They can incorporate it however they want. Yo Mama, I'm not familiar with you.
Yo Mama. Yeah,
How does that
Yo
work?
Mama, we put a little bit of a twist on it this time. Instead of you roasting the opponent's mother, you must roast your own mother.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's so we'll
It's
see how
going to
that
be
plays
bad.
out.
This could get rough. And then pot roast, we have weed-themed figures for these people to roast. So this should be a really good
Should
time.
be a good time. Should we
You
go ahead and
excited,
bring 'em up?
Travis?
Let's go ahead and bring
Are
'em
you
up.
guys excited? We're going to bring out our first 2
Here we go.
contestants. Judges are paying close attention. We're going to pop back here. Your contestants are going to come out here. First up, from right here in St. Louis, Missouri, she performs throughout the Midwest. Her name is Angela Smith. Give it up, everybody. Angela, has anything significant happened in your life outside of this recently?
My grandpa died.
Hilarious. Thank you.
Oh.
Stand right there.
All right, Chris. Joining Angela will be Post Malone's stepfather, Scott
Eason from Alabama. Give it up.
Give it up, Scott.
Show him what St. Louis is all about, everyone. Welcome to Target Practice, Scott.
So, Scott.
He's in his skate game. So here's where we're going to go. We're going to go back here. We're going to call it out. They've got topics to hit. This is Angela's mic. That's Scott's. Everybody's going to be nice. Cheer if you think it's funny. Have a good time, guys. We're going to pop back here and get this thing going. Good luck, everybody. Angela, you're up first.
Great.
The first topic for trending in the first round for each, Popeye's chicken sandwich. Angela, you're up.
Popeye's chicken sandwich. I'm a lot like the Popeye's chicken sandwich. Not worth the hype, but black guys still line up around the block for me. Boom. Travis?
Scott,
I
you're
feel
up.
there's gonna be a lot of black jokes. I feel there's gonna be a lot of black jokes. People are waiting over 2 hours to get one of these sandwiches, which is coincidentally longer than they've ever visited with their biological children. Fuck you.
Back to Angela.
Hey, what's the difference between a Popeye's chicken sandwich and a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich? You can get a Chick-fil-A sandwich in heaven.
Yeah, well, the Popeye's chicken sandwich is gay, and it's obviously a Dom top because it'll rip your ass apart.
Angela.
Yeah, Popeye's spicy chicken sandwiches are the Kanye West of fast food. Once white people figured out how good they were, they completely sold the fuck out.
All right. Popeye's chicken sandwich is a lot like Angela's pussy. You wait too long to get it, you realize it's not that good, it's kind of fatty, and it tastes like pickles.
We
the end of the
just
first-
met backstage.
I fucking warned her. I was like, I'm going to say some foul shit. And she was like, it's all good. She didn't know.
Okay, next up, Travis, I believe it's Yo Mama with the twist, correct? It is. Guys, we're going to have them make fun of their own mom. Scott, yours, sir.
My mom won't suck a dick, but she'll hold it in her mouth till it goes soft. My mom died in 2006. R.I.P. Mom, I love you.
Angela.
I killed Angela's grandfather, too.
Hey, make some noise for his mom. It's real. Yeah, you're going to have to be louder than that. She's dead. My mom. My mom's so racist. She boycotted country radio for playing Keith Urban.
My mom is so ugly, she can't even arouse suspicion.
My mom is so racist. She doesn't like anything in her coffee but refuses to order it black.
My mom's titties are so beat, when she breastfed me, it was yogurt. Fuck you.
My mom's so racist. She really is. My mom's so racist. Her favorite thing to do is laundry because it's the only place she can still separate the whites from the coloreds.
How about that second segment, everybody? We've got one more. Whatever you want to do to sway. This has been fantastic so far. We have one more segment for the first round here with Angela and Scott. Have they pleased you guys? Is this good so far? Finally, pot roast. This is marijuana themed, and you've got Joe Rogan as your topic. Angela, please lead off.
Yeah, if they did a Fear Factor relaunch, it would just be me covered in spiders listening to my Tinder date talk to me about the Joe Rogan experience.
Joe Rogan is such an asshole. If he gave me a blowjob, I'd have to consider it anal.
Joe Rogan hosted a show called Joe Rogan Questions Everything, where he tries to find evidence for things he's never seen in person, like UFOs, Bigfoot, and the female orgasm.
Joe Rogan looks like he knows the age of consent in all 50 states.
I think we can all agree that Joe Rogan proved that as long as you book the right guests on your show, you don't have to be all that funny or talented to have a successful podcast. So I guess there is hope for you, Chris and Travis.
Dana Gould and Heather McDonald on tomorrow. Thank you.
Joe Rogan looks like he kills animals just to feel something.
Holy shit, that was a great first start. Give it up for your two performers. Angela Smith, Scott Easton. It's a moment of truth. Here we go. Daniel Hill, you've got that. From the RFT, give us a sentence on why you're picking whom.
That was extremely close, but I got to give it to Scott because I've never seen anyone be so disrespectful to their own dead mother.
Matt Whitener, who you got?
I'm still trying to figure out this cup of coffee that has nothing black in it or anything white. It sounds like the different sides of my family, so I'm going with Angela.
Angela Smith, we get the split vote. The winning vote goes to Scrub. Who you got and why?
Well, I got to say that it was extremely close, but due to Scott making me squirm for the wrong reasons just twice, I'm going to go with Angela.
Angela Smith wins the first round. Give it up for Scott Easton. Angela advanced on the second. Great job, Scott. Wonderful job. keep going. In the second round, you'll see Angela again. Guys, holy cow, what a great start to the show. Are you kidding? That was fantastic. Travis, you ready for this next one?
Let's get started.
Let's do it. Guys, your next performers. Who is that? Who you got?
I have every alt-white Twitter's avatar, Chris Sear.
Chris Sear, everybody, from St. Louis, Missouri.
That's racist.
And joining us from a church camp in Chicago, it's Lucia Whalen, everybody. All right, so here's how this works. We're going to go through this again. They've got 3 different segments. Lucia, how are you? Is this good? This is a good trip to St. Louis?
Yeah, I got pulled over for speeding, 93, and he just gave me a verbal warning because I'm beautiful.
Chris Sear, your thoughts?
I think you guys forgot the rule that any show Angela Smith is on, you have to raise the mic stand back up once she gets off stage. That was really awkward for me just now.
That tends to be a problem.
When you guys figure out how to run shows, you come and ask me.
Okay.
I will give you the list.
It sounds like a plan. We'll be at the rehab center tomorrow morning. Trending is your first segment, everybody.
Do you always get the last word in these? I don't remember the rule. Like, am I allowed to just talk?
Let's do it. Let's just go.
All right,
Let's
cool.
go it.
I'm sorry.
So we're switching it up a little bit. Again, judges
look at
based
you
this on
people.
crowd and was it funny?
Okay,
This is very good.
going.
The Joker movie is our first topic. Chris Sear, start us off with the first joke, please.
All right, fine. Like right now?
Go.
Okay. The Joker is about a mentally unstable man whose father didn't love him and no one in their right mind would fuck, who goes on to become a leader to people who know nothing about politics and will follow any psychopath who appeals to them on the basest level because they feel ignored by the society around them. Completely unrealistic. How was that? Are you on your phone? You have 2 performers.
Pipe down, Sear.
2 professionals.
Lucia, you're up.
All right, I don't have a paragraph, but
I'll loan you one.
the Joker is what happens when all the incels on Reddit collaborate on a screenplay.
Chris Sear.
Fine, this one's short. Ish. Todd Phillips, Zack Snyder, and Tim Burton walked into a comic book shop. That never happened. It's because they don't know shit about comic books, if you're like my age.
Back to Lucia.
All right, the Joker should have been called 4chan the movie.
Yeah.
Back to Chris Sear.
A lot of people were worried that there'd be a mass shooting at a screening of The Joker. Luckily, the movie was so underwhelming, no spree killer wanted their name in the same Wikipedia article as that movie.
What do you got, Lucia?
All right, the world needed the Joker like the world needed live-action Cats the musical.
What a great start, everybody.
All alone in the moonlight.
How about Yo Mama? You guys want to move on to that?
I'll move on your mom.
Do you know how this works? Yeah. You got to roast your mother.
Yes.
Please, start us, Lucia.
All right, my mom has an eating disorder, but all she ever lost was the house and the divorce.
Nice.
Chris Sear, your counter.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I can't move in with Lucia's mom. When my parents got divorced, I once walked up to the dude my mom was banging, and I said, "You're not my dad." And my mom said, "How would you know? You've never met your father." Because she fucks a lot.
Back to Lucia.
This is actually true. My mom got turned down from joining Mother Teresa's nunnery. So she went to business school instead because obviously when you can't serve the Lord, you worship the devil.
Nice.
Chris here, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Please continue.
Oh, I thought we were having a conversation. Don't ask open-ended questions if we're not supposed to talk. Never mind. Sorry. One time I asked my mom, hey, what do we need to do to have like a better relationship where we're open about our emotions, like those relationships we see on the Hallmark Channel? And my mom said, MDMA.
Close out your mama.
All right. Again, this is just true. My mom joined a pyramid scheme and divorced my dad.
Let's keep the fun going with pot roast.
Wait, I get 3, right?
Okay, please, go ahead.
Can I do my third?
I'm just getting excited.
It's so good. I want to do it. Like your mom. That wasn't it. All right, here we go. My mom was young. She was 14 when I was born. She was so young, she used to tell my friends she was my sister, which made it way hotter when my friends found out she also fucked my dad.
Thank God we got that one through. Jeez. That was fantastic.
That's the one that took me the longest to write. It's also true.
How are they doing so far, guys? Give it up. Come on, let's keep it going. This is not easy. These guys came up with this on so short notice. This is very impressive. Guys, we're going to close it out. Pot roast? You guys heard of Snoop Dogg? Roast away. Chris Sear, you're second.
I'm second?
Start us off, Lucia.
That's very
So I'm first.
You're first. He's not good at this. I'm sorry.
One time, Snoop Dogg got so high he went out for a pack of cigarettes and went home to raise his kids.
That's way better than anything I have. I'm just gonna let you know. We were actually backstage arguing over who gets to go home first.
I want to go home.
To be fair, we didn't know there was a crowd here. Snoop gets to like Katy Perry, Martha Stewart, and cooking shows, and white women don't accuse him of cultural appropriation. But I grew dreadlocks once in high school, and all of a sudden I'm all over Twitter. Fuck that. I told you hers was better.
Back to Lucia.
All right. Snoop was the getaway driver for a murder. He's also a member of Islam and is a very spiritual person. He puts the meditate in premeditated manslaughter.
That's good. Very good. Wordplay.
How do you feel about that, Sear?
I just want to give you a warning. That was also better than what I have.
My boyfriend wrote most of mine. Okay, just want to let you know.
I don't have a good comeback for that. Snoop's pet name for his crew is the Dog Pound, which is also his pet name for Chris Denman's mom. I originally wrote it about my mom, but the last 3 were also about my mom, and I thought that was unfair. Your mom's actually a very sweet woman. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Lucia. Do you want to meet my mom?
Yeah.
She's hot.
Thank you. Take it easy.
All right. My boyfriend wrote this one too. Okay, Snoop's been in a lot of smoke-filled green rooms, but the most smoke he's ever made was the car when he sped away from that murder.
Chris Sear, your final joke.
I would like to hire your boyfriend after this is done.
He's in the audience, so.
Thank you. Hey, man, talk to me.
You should
It's
have done
cool.
the show.
314-629-4102. All right.
You can date my boyfriend. Yeah.
It would probably go better than my time here with Snoop Dogg. Here we go. I don't know if you knew this, Snoop and Dre used to be really close. until they used to go to parties together, picnics. They'd hang out at the beach, listen to music, drive around in 1962 convertibles. They had a lot of fun together, but then one day Dre met Eminem, and all of a sudden Snoop didn't get to connect with Dre anymore. Dre never called until one day Dre was like, hey, let's hang out. So Snoop did what he did. He packed a suitcase. He went out to the corner in front of his house, and he stood there waiting for Dre to come pick him up. And he stood there for a long time. In his right hand, he held a card he made out of construction paper. It was purple and gold. He wrote in crayon on it, Happy Fuck with Dre Day. And he drew the word love and a heart and Dr. Dre's face in the center of it. And he stood on that corner waiting for Dre, just waiting, knowing he would show up. Sure, he was supposed to show up at 3 o'clock, and now it's 3:30. But Dre's probably busy in the studio. He'll be here. He wouldn't stand him up. And yeah, it's 4:30 now. That's fine. Like, it's probably traffic. Dre would not stand him up. And sure, it's starting to rain now. His suitcase is getting a little heavier because it's soaked through. It's full of clothes and blunts, and those absorb water. And yeah, it's 10 o'clock. He's been in the rain for 6 hours, but he's afraid to go in the house to pee like he should because he knows if he goes in, Dre will pull up and he'll think Snoop didn't wait for him. But Snoop would never not wait for Dre. And the card he made is just a pile of wet purple and gold pulp right there on the ground by his right foot. And it's all just pulp except for the one piece that's in there with the word love on it. And Snoop is crying. Luckily, it's raining, so no one can see him crying because gangsters don't cry. And he waits, and yeah, it's 11 o'clock, and he has to go in. He has the sniffles from the cold he just caught. He has, like, emphysema almost from all the weed he smoked. It's not good for him to stand in the rain. He walks back to the house. He goes in the house, but right before he walks in, he hears a car coming down the street. He runs to the corner, arms akimbo, waiting for his longtime homie to pull up and let him in the car. And right before he runs to the car door of the car that's pulling up, he sees it's not Dre in there. And Snoop breaks down. That's all he could take. And he kneels there on the corner crying. That car just pulls off, and all he can hear drifting on the wind is, hi, my name is Blowing on the Breeze.
That was worth it.
Christina and Lucia Whalen, everybody!
Thank you.
Daniel Hill from the Riverfront Times. Who you got and why?
I got to give it to Lucia's boyfriend. He seems pretty funny.
He's hilarious! One for Lucia. Matt Whitener.
Although you just broke down my whole relationship with my own father, I have to go with Lucia because I believe everything that you said, and I'm worried how much I do believe it. I want to talk to you after this just to make sure everything's okay.
Just for fun, Scrub, who you got?
I think the crowd has chosen Lucian's boyfriend, but I really liked where that story was headed. I don't think we got exactly to the end yet, so let's work on the Snoop thing.
Lucia advances, everybody. Give it up for Christina, Lucia Whalen. She's so mad she's advancing, I can tell. Thank you, Christina.
Hey, I'm very sorry I won't be up here to save it from these two people. Just clap for them when they pause.
Let's get Christina's followers up to 1,000 on Twitter, everybody. Give him a follow. Your next comics are from right here in St. Louis. Who do we have, Travis?
All right, Chris. I have Don Lemon's side chick, Sam Lyons.
Sam Lyons!
Okay, all right.
He'll be challenging Mr. Angela Smith, Charlie Winfrey! Charlie's pumped, everybody. Travis, we're going to keep it going with trends. Starting it off, I'm going to start with Sam. You got the judges. You got to impress the crowd. Sam, start us off. Area 51 is your topic.
Area 51, like the Vegas Strip and the Hoover Dam before it, it's just further proof that if you put anything in Nevada, white people will take pictures in front of it.
Chuck, how do you feel?
Area 51 is so fat. Area 51 is so fat, they're thinking of adding Area 52 and 3.
Sam, your counter.
Goddamn. This summer, thousands of nerds on the internet made public plans to storm Area 51. On the internet, publicly, for everyone to see. Law enforcement, everyone. It's the biggest waste of white privilege since the Rodney King verdict.
Back to Charlie.
I didn't think Area 51 was going to be so racial. I thought it was like aliens and shit, but it's white guilt in there. Area Area 51 is such a silly thing, you know? Oh, they're keeping aliens in there. If there are aliens being held in there, they're fucking pussies because they got caught. You know what I mean? And like our president, I like an alien that doesn't get caught. Okay, that's it. I like an alien.
Sam, last one.
Guys, what else can I say about Area 51 that Charlie hasn't manically posted on Reddit after 3 mushroom caps?
Close it out, Charlie.
I don't eat mushrooms anymore. I'm doing that sober. Listen, you guys. Aliens aren't in Area 51. They're in our hearts. That's all.
You guys love these guys. It's obvious. Next up, Yo Mama. And Charlie, you're going to roast your own mother. Start us off.
All right, here we go. My mother is such an alcoholic, I was born with fetal alcohol syndrome.
Sam?
My mom is very hard of hearing, but she's a little vain, so she won't admit it. It was really uncomfortable as a kid when you could hear her and dad having sex. And he'd say, now turn around. And then 20 minutes later, she'd say, wait, what'd you want me to do earlier?
Back to Chuck.
My own mother is such a closeted racist that when she plays the piano, she doesn't touch the black keys.
Sam.
My mom says that I've done the least with my potential out of all 3 of her children, which is fucked up because my little brother's doing a life sentence in prison. Okay.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Truth and comedy. My mother is such an alcoholic. She drinks wine while we're having sex.
Sam.
Mom's been lonely since Dad died. She's thinking about getting back into the dating pool, but she wants the familiar. She wants the comfortable. Lucky for her, Travis is also black and 2 years away from dying in hospice.
Burn for Travis Terrell.
Don Lemon's who, bitch?
Okay, we're on to pot roast. We're going to close it out with Travis's favorite artist, Bob Marley. Sam, please, the honors, sir.
Thousands of white kids in the early 2000s listened to Bob Marley to prove that they smoked weed. Then Goo Goo Dolls entered the scene, and they realized they could do the same thing, but their parents would think they were just studying. Exhibit A, Chris Denman.
I'll take it. Charlie.
I smoked a bunch of weed and had a Bob Marley t-shirt. That joke hurts. Bob Marley had 11 kids with 7 women by the time he died at the age of 36. Much like his music, you can't tell them apart either.
Sam.
Just like everything else, white people are monopolizing on pot culture now that it's legal. We've got artisanal dispensaries, CBD water. Next, I'll have Bob Marley depicted with Birkenstocks and a Richard Spencer haircut.
Sounds like a good guy. Charlie.
Bob Marley regularly fertilized his weed with his own waste. No wonder his music sounded like shit. That's made up, by the way.
Sam.
Travis Terrell is actually a really big fan of Bob Marley. He listened to all of his music. Then he found out he's been dead for 40 years, realized he's just been listening to Snoop Dogg.
It's true. Close it out, Charlie.
I feel like, did Sam just make all black people look the same, Joe? That's what it felt like. The best thing I can say about Bob Marley is that he did die at 36, so he didn't become what Snoop Dogg has become.
Guys, give it up for these two competitors. Let's see who's going to the second round. Daniel Hill, RFT. Who you got, buddy?
I'm going to give that one to Charlie because the one where you fucked your mom legitimately surprised me. I didn't see that coming.
Well said, Daniel. Matt Whitener.
Yeah, I'm going Charlie. I'm still concerned about that same thing.
Scrub for fun.
I couldn't decide between the two, but I think the crowd has got the Charlie having sex with his mom and wine. So,
Guys, give it up for
There you
Sam
go.
Lyons. Very funny round. Charlie Winfrey advances. We're on to our final pairing for the first round, and we're going to move to the semifinals and finals. Your first comic's from right here in St. Louis, Missouri. She's only been doing comedy a couple of years. Her name, Meredith Hopping. Travis, can you tell us about her?
6'6" guard from North Carolina, shooting guard, Meredith Hopping.
Hey, give it up, everybody! She's going up with Nashville's own Brad Sativa! Meredith, you excited to be here?
So excited. Well, okay, I gotta adjust this. I'm very excited.
How about you, Brad?
Yeah, as tight as I can be.
Okay, good. This is something up. Our first for trending this round, Jussie Smollett. Ladies first, Meredith, please kick it off.
All right. I think we're all being a little too hard on Jussie Smollett. You know, he was just trying to provide job opportunities for black men. Because you have to be intentional with diversity, and that's the only reason Travis is on We Are Live. It's not because it's funny, it's because in this climate, Chris Denman really needs to have a black friend, and the only way he can get one is to pay them.
Brad Sativa.
Long-winded. This nigga, Jussie Smollett. He just glad that Kanye is the only Trump supporter that be the only other nigga that walk around with a rope around his neck. I'm black, I can say all of this. I can say all of this.
Back to Meredith.
I can't. So Jussie Smollett just wanted to be seen and noticed, and I realized I think that's why you stay in Nashville, Brad, and don't move to LA or New York, because you know that you're going to stand out in Nashville whether you're funny or not. Was that a little racist?
I'm funnier than her, so it's all right.
Back to Brad.
This nigga, Jussie Smollett. His music album is called Some of My Music. I heard it, I want to hear less of this nigga music. No, I'm short-winded.
Meredith.
Some people think it was a self-destructive cry for help and that Jussie Smollett was doing. And I just say to those people, let the first person who recently went through a divorce as a 35-year-old single mother of 3 and puked all over a 25-year-old comic's car while making out with them, and then they continued to make out with her after she puked. Let them throw the first stone.
Back to Brad Sativa.
This nigga, Jussie Smollett. He said he was the gay Tupac. And the only thing that he got in common with Tupac is that he got back shots in Las Vegas Strip.
How do we feel about that so far, crowd? Is this going well? Meredith, where are you at?
With what?
Yo mama.
All right.
It's time. We're going to make fun of their own mothers. Guys, it's the second part of this. Meredith, kick it off again.
All right. So my mama is so overprotective and overbearing. Aren't you supposed to say? Great, guys. That was great. That I really worry that my baby brother will end up unable to do anything. And I don't feel like I have any control over it, and I don't know what I can do. And then I realized I can just show her Denman as an example of and a warning of what happens when a 35-year-old man is incapable of doing anything for himself.
I feel like there was a personal shot.
Damn.
Brad Sativa, you're up.
My mama is so racist that she think that white people smelling like dogs is the most positive thing about them.
What kind of dog? Meredith
German Shepherd.
So my mom is like halfway woke. When she saw I was going up against Brad, she said, "Oh, he's cute. You know what they say, once you go black, you can never tell grandma."
Brad Sativa.
You did your research on me. You did your research. Thank you. My mama said that she was proud that the man that I grew up into, but I don't trust her because I seen her choice in men. I'm
Back to Meredith.
My mama is so close to death. The only way she gets wet is when she's got fluid on her lungs. I can't believe I said that.
That means it's true. Your mama got pneumonia out here. You need to be calling her. Give her some penicillin or something. That lady needs some help.
The dirtiest thing I've ever said on stage.
My mama dates a lot. And the last time that I approved of somebody that she dated, Kim Kardashian was fucking white dudes.
Moms are taking a beating tonight at target practice, everybody. We've got pot roast for these two. Crowd, you're going to have to give it up. These judges need your help figuring this out. Meredith, just keep it going. Let's go with Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson showing us for 65 years that white guys get away with it. Denman's been proving that for 35 and telling us about it every weekday morning for 2 hours as if there are more than 5 people tuning in.
Brad Sativa.
Willie Nelson looks like he says stuff like, "I've been eating ass since the 60s.
I don't want to go for the low-hanging fruit. I do know enough to know that your last name is a strain of pot. And Willie Nelson has a strain of marijuana named after him because he got so famous you weren't supposed to do it yourself.
Back to Brad Sativa.
She thought I was mad for real. Willie Nelson is the only white man that look like that we know ain't racist.
Meredith Hopping, close it out.
All
Crowd,
right.
give it up, guys.
When Willie Nelson gets the munchies, he prefers chocolate, which makes me think he probably loves eating ass. Because when I was giving birth, my ex-husband told me that my butthole looked like it was a little chocolate donut. And I'll be selling enamel pins of little chocolate donuts right outside the show. Aren't women amazing?
Close it out, Brad.
Willie Nelson had a very big hit called Always on My Mind. And I find that ironic that he has dementia now.
Give it up for Brad and Meredith. That's going to end the first round. We go to Daniel Hill from the RFT.
I got to give that one to Meredith because I appreciated, this is a roast after all, I appreciated the way she was personally offensive to everybody on the stage.
Quite rude. It's quite rude. That's a vote for Meredith. How about Matt Whitener?
I'm going with Brad because that nigga is funny, and I can say it too.
30% funnier
bang.
if you said it like that. Scrub.
The chocolate butthole almost saved it at the end for me, but just a couple too many air balls, so I go with Brad.
Brad Sativa advances to the next round. Congratulations. That's the end of the first round. How's everybody doing? Are we enjoying this? We're going to go to the semifinals, the finals. Travis, you want to bring up our first set of semifinalists?
Well, first, Let's
We're looking for drinks. If there's a server, the judges are in need of beverages. We can make that happen. Travis, who's up in the
all right,
semifinals?
so first of all, we're moving on to the second round called Too Soon.
What's that mean?
Where we violate the dignity of recently deceased celebrities. So,
this should be good.
Yeah, we thought that would be funny. Work with us, people. All right, Chris, who do you have coming up?
Well, from the first round, you loved her. She was the very first comic up. Angela Smith! That was weak. Give it up, guys. Come on, this is the semifinals. Final four.
Someone was tall.
Joining her on stage, Lucia Whalen, in from Chicago. And her boyfriend's jokes.
2 women. Can you believe it?
Thank you.
Too soon. The topic is Paul Walker. We're going to start. Oh, come on. You're at a roast at Flyover Comedy Festival. Travis, you're excited. Lucia, kick it off. We've got 3 jokes each, and the winner goes to the finals. Lucia.
All right. Paul Walker died in a car crash. I watched the YouTube footage from the car crash, and it was better than all 4 Fast and the Furious movies.
Angela, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I could stand up here and roast Paul Walker all night, but I'm never going to burn him better than that Porsche did.
Lucia.
All right. This is a Chris Sear style. I'm going to read an essay. Okay. So this is actually from the Wikipedia page, exactly how he died. There were no alcohol or other drugs were found in his system. Neither mechanical failure nor road conditions appeared to play a role. Police found no evidence of drag racing. The investigation concluded that the car speed between 80 miles per hour and 90 miles per hour and the age of the tires were the primary reasons for the crash. Dude, you're in the Fast and the Furious. Like, what a bitch-ass way to die. Yeah, the tires. All right.
That hurts. Angela, you're next.
Paul Walker was in a movie called The Skulls, which coincidentally was all he could be identified by at the scene of the accident.
Last joke, Lucia.
All right. I wrote this with my boyfriend backstage. Paul Walker died in a car crash. Still isn't the biggest disaster. He was part of it if you include his role in Fast and the Furious. It's sort of like my first one if you flip it on its head.
Angela, close it out.
Paul Walker was great in the 2001 thriller Joyride. His actual Joyride, not so good.
Guys, this is for the semifinals. The winner gets to go to the finals. Let's throw it to Daniel Hill. Let's decide this. Who we got, Angela Smith or Lucia Whale?
Got to give this one to Angela, because if Paul Walker weren't already dead, he'd be dead now.
Matt Whitener.
Yeah, I'm going with Angela, too. I didn't feel bad about him dying until just now.
Scrub, your thoughts, sir?
Angela, I think you had the jokes, but also you don't have the secret boyfriend in the back writing jokes, so I'm going with Angela.
Thank you.
Angela takes it. Congratulations, Lucia. Angela moves on to the finals. It brings us to our next set of competitors. Travis, you ready for this? Too soon?
Yes.
Let's get it going. Guys, you saw him last round. He's from St. Louis. His name is Charlie Winfrey, everybody. We're moving it right along. Who's he up against, you know?
The black one, Chris.
Thank you. I wanted to say it. Brad Sativa in the semifinals. Guys, too soon. There's a lot of popular movies out, all spurred by the work of the great Stan Lee. They're going to be roasting Stan Lee, the recently departed Charlie Winfrey. Start us off. 3 jokes. Winner goes to the finals, fighting it out for $200. What do you got, Charlie?
Stan Lee wrote characters that reflected his weaknesses. It's a shame they never published Never Pisses His Pants Man.
Brad.
It was a fact known that Stan Lee got beat by his caretaker. It's kind of ironic that he needed a hero at the end.
Be my hero, Charlie. What do you got?
Stanley took credit for a lot of people's work and then lied about their involvement, which goes to show if you have enough charisma, you don't need any talent.
Back to Brad.
I just got a text message about Stan Lee from Steve Ditko. He said, "Fuck you, Stan Lee. You are uncreative hack."
Charlie.
Stan Lee wrote the X-Men about the civil rights movement, which to me always felt like an excuse for him to use the N-word.
I did find that ironic myself. And I also find it ironic that all of the other superheroes was based in America, but the only black one, he sent his ass back to Africa.
How we feeling, guys? We gonna give it up for these two? What do you think, Daniel Hill? This is for the finals to face Angela Smith, who you will roast. It'll be a one-on-one roast in the finals to determine the winner. Daniel.
I'm going to have to give this one to Charlie. Like Stan Lee, he has a lot of charisma, at least.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Matt Widener, who you got?
I'm giving this one to Brad again because, I got a problem with him subtly sending us back to Africa and then people celebrating it years later like that still ain't offensive.
Why is Travis agreeing, too? This is getting weird. Scrub to send him to the finals. Who you got?
Crowd.
For Charlie.
Charlie.
For Brad.
Brad. I think let's send Brad to battle Angela.
Brad Sativa will battle Angela Smith in the finals. Congratulations, Charlie.
I'm actually stoked because I'm dating Angela, so she'd have a lot of terrible shit to say about me, and I'd feel terrible saying it back to her. So congratulations.
Guys, these comics have worked so hard before the finals. Let's give everybody a huge round of applause. Give it up for Flyover, for Atomic Cowboy. Your finals, it's joke for joke, one-on-one. Get Angela Smith out here for the finals! She's wiping. Hang on. Here she comes. We have Brad Sativa and Angela Smith to close it out for target practice right here. Travis, you excited, sir? I can tell. This is going to be good. Guys, this is one-on-one. It's going to go joke to joke. Any questions from the competitors, real quick? How many jokes? 3 jokes each. If the crowd demands it, maybe we can go more. 3 jokes each determines the winner. $200 to the winner. Brad, kick it off, sir.
I just seen your fiance. You look like a camel weddings in your future.
That is not my fiance.
Thank God for him.
Hey, he still lives with his mom, so she can drop us off at the show, but your mom's gonna have to pick us up. Okay.
Back to Brad.
That's my retort.
You look like your pussy don't get wet, it get greasy.
You look like you'd know Grease since you are wearing a shirt with your name on it.
You look like your wedding ring would be the first ring that you didn't dip in ranch.
Angela.
It's been a really tough year for me. My dad passed away 5 months ago, and my grandpa died last week. I know. And my therapist said, look for a silver lining. And I think I found it. I can finally date a black guy.
Guys, give it up for Brad Sativa, for Angela Smith. Travis, get up here, buddy. Let's do this. We're going to determine a winner. Judge's choice. Crowd, you've been super into it the whole time. This has been an absolute blast. Travis, I'm ready for this. Are you? He's pumped. Here we go. Daniel Hill, RFT, who is the first ever Flyover target practice champion.
I got to give this one to Brad. I appreciated the eye contact throughout when he was insulting you.
I did not.
Matt Widener.
I got to give it to Angela because it's the first time I've ever seen a brother look at a white girl like that and they didn't take him right out of here. So I'm everybody kind of wins, but I'm giving this to Angela.
We've got it split.
Oh, boy, here we are. I got to say, the wedding ring, the first ring you haven't dipped in ranch might be my favorite joke of the whole night. But of all the rounds, I gotta go with Angela.
Angela Smith is your champion. Target practice winner, Brad Sativa. Great work, sir. Angela Smith. No, raise it up for everybody. Guys, one more time for yourselves. We owe somebody some beer. We got another show in here. Stick around. We've got History Smystery. It's going to be a great festival the whole time. Travis, any final words, sir?
God bless you and good night.
That's right. Check us out. We are live. We've got some great guests each and every day. One more time for the guests, or for the guest judges, for yourselves, all the comics. Stick around. Flyover is going to be great. Thank you guys so much. It's been Target Practice Live.